The sun's furnace holds almost all the mass in our solar system, unleashing storms so powerful they sculpt the fate of every planet and moon nearby. Yet, among these worlds are places stranger than any science fiction. A planet with ice hidden beneath heat that reaches 400 degrees, clouds that could crush a submarine, and oceans buried beneath alien ice. The journey ahead will reveal just how far from normal the universe can get, if you know where to look. At the heart of our solar system, the sun burns at over 5,500 degrees Celsius, its surface alive with rising and falling granules, each one larger than entire continents. These shifting patterns are the visible signature of nuclear fusion, a process that has continued for over 4 billion years. Blasts of energy and charged particles stream outward, shaping the space around every planet and moon. The sun's magnetic field twists and snaps, sometimes unleashing flares that send shockwaves across the solar system. Drawn close to this furnace, Mercury circles in a tight, swift orbit. Here, the absence of a protective atmosphere leaves the planet exposed. Sunlight scorches the dayside to temperatures reaching 430 degrees Celsius, enough to melt lead. But just a step into shadow, the ground plunges to minus 170 degrees Celsius. The dividing line between day and night, the terminator, cuts across the surface like a blade, marking a boundary between blistering heat and deep freeze. In the darkness of Mercury's polar craters, sunlight never reaches the floor. Data from the Messenger spacecraft revealed bright radar reflections here, later confirmed as water ice by neutron spectrometer readings. Even this close to the sun, ice endures, locked in permanent night, shielded by steep crater walls. Mercury is a world of extremes where the sun's power is absolute, and yet in the right shadows, ancient ice remains untouched. Venus glows softly in the twilight sky, but beneath its gentle light, the planet hides a world of extremes. Thick clouds of sulfuric acid swirl high above the surface, reflecting sunlight and casting a permanent haze. The atmosphere here is so dense that pressure at the ground is more than 90 times greater than at sea level on Earth. That is enough to crush a submarine. Temperatures reach 465 degrees Celsius, hot enough to melt lead. Peering through the clouds requires radar. In the early 1990s, NASA's Magellan spacecraft sent pulses down to the surface, mapping vast volcanic plains and mountains hidden below. Later, Venus Express's infrared spectrometer found patches that glow differently in the heat, hinting at fresher, less weathered lava flows. Some regions, like Mat Mons, show changes between radar images taken years apart, possible signs of eruptions in the recent past. Scientists continue to debate these findings, but each new analysis adds weight to the idea that Venus may still be volcanically active today. The air is almost pure carbon dioxide, trapping the sun's warmth and driving a runaway greenhouse effect. The thick clouds act as both shield and trap, scattering sunlight back to space while also locking in heat. High above, fierce winds race around the planet, circling the globe in just 4 days. Yet far below, the surface remains locked in a perpetual, crushing twilight, hostile to water, hostile to life as we know it. Even here, the restless planet stirs beneath its veil, shaping an alien world hidden from view. Seen from space, Earth glows with deep blue oceans and swirling white clouds, an unmistakable signature of water and life. The planet's surface is 2/3 ocean, a rarity among all known worlds. This abundance of liquid water shapes the air itself. Earth's atmosphere is a gentle blend, 78% nitrogen, 21% oxygen, with just traces of carbon dioxide and other gases. Unlike its neighbours, Earth's sky is not choked with acid or dust, but kept clear and breathable by forests, plankton, and the slow work of rain. Every breath of oxygen is a gift from living things below. Invisible lines of force wrap the planet, stretching from pole to pole. These lines belong to Earth's magnetic field, a shield born deep within the spinning, molten core. As charged particles from the sun race toward the planet, the field bends them away, protecting oceans and air from being stripped into space. Yet at the poles, some particles slip through, colliding with molecules high above. The result is a silent curtain of light, auroras, shimmering in green, red, and violet. Each display is a living portrait of Earth's connection to the sun, a reminder that even here at this oasis, the cosmos is never far away. From the global sweep of clouds to the faint glow at the edge of night, Earth stands apart. Stability here is not an accident, but the result of a delicate balance: water, air, water, and magnetism working together. Against the backdrop of barren worlds, this is a rare and fragile home. Mars greets the sunlight with a thin, rust-colored sky. Its air, almost entirely carbon dioxide, presses down at less than 1% of Earth's. Yet the surface remembers a different era. From orbit, the Mars Reconnaissance Orbiter traces winding channels that cut across the landscape, remnants of rivers that once flowed for hundreds of kilometers. Valley networks and dried deltas stretch across ancient terrain, their shapes matching patterns carved by water on Earth. Rovers have found layered rocks, smooth pebbles, and sediment fans, each a silent witness to water's vanished presence. The planet's memory of water stands in stark contrast to its present. Dust storms can sweep across continents, sometimes circling the globe for weeks, turning daylight to ochre twilight and hiding the sun. The air is too thin to hold much warmth, and surface temperatures swing from mild afternoons to bitterly cold nights in a matter of hours. Valles Marineris, a canyon system more than 4,000 kilometers long and up to 7 kilometers deep, splits the surface with a scar so vast it would stretch from New York to Los Angeles. Its walls reveal layers of rock that once lay beneath lakes or rivers, now exposed to the dry Martian wind. Far to the west, Olympus Mons rises above the plain. At 22 kilometers high, it is the tallest volcano in the solar system, its summit often catching the last light of sunset. Here, the landscape holds onto the story of change, of water lost, of ancient climates, and of a world shaped by forces both familiar and strange. Europa circles Jupiter in a realm of deep cold and shadow. Its surface is a crust of ice, scored by dark lines that stretch for thousands of kilometers. These fractures are not random. They trace the restless tides raised by Jupiter's gravity, cracking the shell and shuffling blocks of frozen terrain. Beneath this battered surface, Galileo's instruments detected something remarkable, a magnetic field that shifts in step with Jupiter's own. This subtle signal can only be explained by a salty ocean hidden under the ice, conducting electricity as Europa travels through Jupiter's powerful magnetosphere. Chaos terrain, where the crust seems broken and refrozen into jumbled blocks, hints at places where the ocean below may have reached the surface. In recent years, the Hubble Space Telescope has spotted faint signatures that may be plumes of water erupting from cracks, fleeting traces of the ocean's presence rising into the vacuum. Europa's frozen shell conceals a secret world, silent and deep, where the possibility of life lingers in the darkness. Beneath Saturn's distant rings, Titan waits behind a veil of orange haze. Its atmosphere is thick, 1.5 times the pressure at Earth's surface, made mostly of nitrogen, with methane drifting in clouds and fog. Cassini's radar pierced this gloom, revealing a landscape carved by rivers and shaped by rain, but here the rain is methane, not water. Kraken Mare stretches along the surface, a dark sea of liquid hydrocarbons larger than the Caspian. Along its shore, the air is dense and cold, pressing down at -179 degrees Celsius. Winds sculpt vast dunes from organic grains, sweeping them into patterns that echo the deserts of Earth, yet built from materials unknown on our world. The Huygens probe touched down and found pebbles smoothed by ancient methane floods, proof of an alien cycle that mirrors our own. Titan is a world where chemistry writes its own weather, and the familiar becomes strange. Right now, robotic eyes orbit and land on worlds once unknown, transforming science fiction into daily discovery. As missions to Europa and Titan prepare for launch, our questions multiply faster than answers. The universe remains vast. Wonder is not a relic, it is the map for every journey ahead.